create a brand of any sorts in this online era, you're going to need high quality images. Even if it's designing for a physical print, using software on a PC is the way to go. Now there's a huge range of software from various prices and for various functions. So be it you're a photographer or more of a graphic designer, there's one that'll fit your needs. Now a main one that comes to everybody's mind is Photoshop. If you want to edit an image, everyone just says just put it in Photoshop. Now Photoshop is one option, but let's have a look and see what else is out there. Let's get the obvious one out of the way, Adobe Photoshop. It's the go-to image editing software for loads of designers, and there is a reason for it. It's probably the best and most reliable out there. Now its interface is very complex, there's a lot of different parts to it that do require a bit of training, a bit of studying tutorials and learning the features. But once you've got that, you've got so much power at your hand. Another great thing about Photoshop is that you don't just have to do photography image manipulation, you can do more design work, cutting, having lots of different layers, putting them all together like that. Whereas some of these softwares we're going to go through are a little bit more focused on just photo editing. Now the problem with being such a premium and well-used product is they charge quite a lot for it. You're looking about £20 a month, so £240 a year to use Photoshop. And that is on a rolling subscription-based service. You can't just buy it outright like that anymore. However, if you're someone that's going to use more Adobe products, you can get a combined package that will make it a little bit nicer on your wallet. Still, you're going to be paying monthly, which is a bit of a shame. It would be nice to have those one-off purchasing options, but they seem to be disappearing from all kinds of products nowadays. Now the second option is actually the only free one on this list, and that is Paint.net. Now it's an excellent alternative than paid options. It's simple, easy to access and use, and has all the basic image editing tools you might need. It's got quite a nice interface that might remind you of the original Paint software, but you've got so many more features. You've got layers like you have in Photoshop and a lot of other features that you really do need if you're doing any sort of serious image manipulation, and it might be a good place to start if you're starting up and you just want to start to learn the basics using one of these free softwares. So Paint.net's the one I'm covering here. Another one is GIMP. Now another image editing software, it's another Adobe one. It is Lightroom. So now Lightroom is basically a really big gallery of your photos, but within there you can simply click on a photo and get straight into editing it there and then, having a lot of different filters, a lot of different tools, a lot of presets for different camera types, stuff like that. So it is, you wouldn't really want to use it for creating an advert with all sorts of text and layers and stuff like that. It would be more for touching up your photos that you've got, and you just want to make them that little bit sharper, tweak the colors a little bit, getting them looking perfect. One good thing in Lightroom is you can share these images directly onto your social media straight from there, and it also backs up your photos onto their cloud. Now another photo-based option is Dxo Photo. So again, more primarily aimed at changing your photos, editing the photos rather than adding stuff on top or cutting bits from one photo to another. Now it has a large range of automatic correctors, because it may be you've been taking manual photos, you've just got one of the settings wrong, and Photolab tries this, tweaks it, automatically does it. Now obviously it's not going to be perfect the whole time, so you can manually go in and adjust it, but it's got different presets for different camera bodies, so depending on what camera you're using, there may well be the option and the preset there for it. Obviously I'd suggest searching and checking whether your camera is supported by the program before buying it, because it is one of those extra features that's really nice to have. When you run the auto test thing, the program itself will be like, hang on, do you want to use this tool? Because there might be something going on here that if you use this, you can make it just look at that a little bit nicer. So it's got lots of different suggestions, and it, from the amount of photos that are edited, the artificial intelligence going on in the backgrounds of these image editing softwares for this correction stuff got pretty insane now. Like I said, if you want a bit more control, you can still add these filters manually, remove them, change them how you like, and obviously that will help your understanding of what the software is doing. The prices range from £115 to £179. Unlike Adobe's, it is a one-off. When you buy it, you've got the software, you don't have to pay anything monthly, which is obviously a big advantage. And with these larger prices, you get more of the artificial intelligence. You get stuff like prime noise reduction, which is really nice if you're taking low light photos. It can remove a lot of those sort of grainy bits that appear on pictures. And the last one we're going to cover today is Coral Paint Shop. Now, this is very similar to how Photolab works. It's a set, buy it for $69.99, you're done. No subscription, it's just one-off payment. So one of the cheaper options we've gone over. Now, it is closest to Photoshop in its like setup, in that you can add layers and do stuff like that. So it's graphic design as well as image manipulation, which obviously is nice, having a bit more versatile software and the cheaper price. Now, in these later editions of Paint Shop, you've got a lot of AI tools. So these are, again, automatic filters and tools you can apply to your pictures to improve them. Having these tools alongside the selection, adjustment, and correction tools, as well as the ability to have like defined presets and scripts, or if you're using them on certain photos, you can just apply quickly and transfer across different pictures, make it a pretty well-rounded package for the money, like under 70 quid. I guess my advice would be, if you've not edited any images before, start with a free option. There's no harm in just downloading it, giving it a go, having a play around, because like I said, in paint.net, you've got similar tools in terms of like how the layers work as you do in Photoshop, so it can be a good place to start to learn how these editing software work, and then you can start to move up. If it's going well, you're really enjoying it, looking at something like Photoshop, you're getting the top of the range, you're getting the most commonly used one, that might be where to go. If you're not using it a huge amount, then maybe one of the options like Paint Shop, Photolab would be the way to go. You're not spending as much, and if it's more occasional use, probably for you. If your business does need any support in editing or producing graphics and images, we here at Lang Media, we can do it. We've got the personnel for it, so please get in touch. The website is down below, as well as our email address, so contact us there if you need a hand. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, because we're doing weekly videos, weekly little blogs like this, as well as little top 5 design tips and minute-long shorts. Until next time, guys, stay safe.